Hello, and welcome to another episode of Fit Us Fit Me. Today, I'm joined by Himangshu. Himangshu works and lives in Bangladesh. He works within apparel manufacturing and has worked within apparel manufacturing for a number of years. I've worked with him. He's worked for many British retailers. Hello, and welcome, Himangshu. How are you?
I'm good, thank you, Liz. And you?
Very well, thank you. How is it for manufacturing?
It's better. It's running well from last few years, 10 to 15 years. It's going very stable. But recently, for some political issues, there's some problem we faces for the people's protest for the against the government. But now it's very fine. We are working with all over the world. As you know, that Bangladesh is very famous for the manufacturing units. So it's going well. It's now better. They are following the working hours, 8 hours. And if they sometimes due to the urgency, due to the work pressure, if they're working more, then definitely factory need to pay more than double salary to them. So it's sometimes benefited for them, and otherwise they are working with 8 hours normal working.
Has there been changes in regards to production capacity just because of the political situation?
Production capacity, actually, Bangladesh is very big opportunities here. There are many factories. They are working with many buyers, and the garments factory has huge capacity. So as far I know from their side, still we are struggling to get the capacities. They are struggling to get the orders. There have been the orders that they are working, but I don't think that capacity is the issues from Bangladesh now, because there are very good factories. There are many lines, many workers is available here. So there is no issues for the capacity. We are in this trade. We are shipping the goods every month. So we didn't see any problem for the capacity. We are very much strict for the timeline. We are shipping the goods on time. So we don't see that due to the capacity, we didn't face any problem.
Or even with the political unrest, you were still able to meet your targets in regards to production for your clients.
This definitely a bit affect we are facing now, because this is not a very long time. It's only for 10 to 15 days. So there are some production backlog into the factory, and we already miss few shipment schedule, shipping time. Now factory just working a bit more, are working for more working hours, and they are trying to overcome the issues. They are trying to solve the issues with better way. They are finishing capacity. They are increasing finishing capacity, increasing sewing capacity. So definitely we miss some schedule, some vessel schedule, some production backlog, but it will solve within next 15 days. I think it will. And as I am in the same trade, I have seen that when we explain to our customers, they understood, and they are also helping us to give some other extra times to overcome the issues.
So you haven't felt rushed from any of your customers in regards to
no,
that deliveries
for
met?
me, very understanding. They understood the issues, and they have given as per the time they can, whatever the time they can give us. They are always helping, and they give in the time. Actually, this is not too long time, this problem. It's only for 10 to 15 days. So I think this time is manageable from something from our side, something from customer side. So it was fine.
Do you think with the new government in place that there'll be less political issues in the country?
No, actually, at the moment, the person who has taken the power, he is very honest, and he has all these capabilities to handle this situation. Also, our country army person, they are also very taken all the necessary initiatives to control the issues. So I'm sure this will be solved, and there will be no issues in future.
Other than manufacturing, where the dye house is also impacted, like all the other parts of the supply chain, were they impacted by political situation, or was it just mainly just manufacturing sites?
Actually, not only the manufacturing side. Due to this issue, all the factories, the knit factory, especially, they have the dyeing capacity, knitting capacity. So everything struggle for these issues. So we lost 10 to 15 days where is all our garments, all our factories, everything was stopped. So it's complete shutdown. It was completely shut down. So everywhere this has created problem. So they're also struggling to overcome the issues. So everywhere we faces the problem. This is actually the chain. If we fail anywhere, then the next steps will be stopped. So it's hampered like this.
Do you think there'll be any economic impact on what has happened in the
Yes, for a
recent days?
country, for a small company, for a small office, they already lost. Definitely, the business is lost for one day. It's huge loss. And if you can think about a country, this is really the great loss for the country, because all the economical, all the banks, everything shut down. So it's a great loss for the country.
Then do you think that going forward, manufacturing within Bangladesh could create a more robust structure to put considerations that if there is political unrest, these are the steps we will take? Or do you believe that this is just like an anomaly, it's a one-off, and it won't, going forward, this won't happen again?
Yeah. After independence in 1971, very few political leaders are leading our country. So they have done whatever their old procedure. Last 50 years, everything has changed. People thinking, people working way, environment, everything changed. So this time, this unrest and these strikes was very big impact. They fall in big trouble from the peoples of Bangladesh. So this time, whoever taken the power from this country, as I told you that the name is Dr. Muhammad Yunus. He is the Nobel winner in peace. So he's very, very honest man and very intelligent man to handle this situation. Every person in this country helping him, and they are expecting a big change, constitutional change. Everywhere it will be changed now. So from now onwards, their plan and the country people also expecting that the massive changes will come for the next generation. So I'm sure and I believe that this kind of situation will never come after, and it will be more better environment, more better workplace coming in future. So actually people's this evaluation, people are too much excited, too much positive from this government, and they are expecting a big changes will come soon. Whatever the old procedure for the politics, that will bend. So this is new. Everything is new. People are telling this is new independence in Bangladesh. We started.
Have you seen any effects of dumping of secondhand goods or clothing in the Bangladesh? Has any of your beaches or any environments in Bangladesh been affected by this?
It's very less. Actually, Bangladesh is very big hub for manufacturing industry, garments manufacturing industry. So definitely there will be some goods stock. Some buyers are cancelling some stocks due to quality, due to time. Sometimes there are many issues that has been with the reason of cancelling the goods. But this is not mass actually. All the buyers now, they are very sincere, and factory is also very aware that which customer they are working for, because this is money matters. So many factories can think that this customer is not trustable, and there is any problem, they also very much aware. So the customers I have seen in Bangladesh, that is very much active and very much good customer. They have many stores. We are trying to find how they're working. They are known companies. They have the stores, how their business going on. So definitely any buyer come and offer the order, and we are taking the order. That is, it is not so easy. So we are also inspecting that how it's working. So only I have seen that the goods are cancelling sometimes due to quality issues, sometimes due to time issues, and that has been there. Some customers have their instruction that they need to destroy the goods, factory destroying the goods, and sometimes it's selling by local market, not even shipped to others country, but as a leftover goods they are selling in local peoples sometimes, not much.
If the goods are then destroyed, how are they destroyed? Like what's the instruction given to destroy them?
I have seen that in many of customers, they are telling that you need to burn the goods. So factories, I have seen this, that they're burning the goods. This is not good for the environment, but I have seen it. And some others goods, there are many others company, they are making some others items. They are taking that goods and they are destroying, and with that goods they are making some others items. This is not the garments, but others. There are many items that we need living. So that is actually not garments. By that garments, they are making something else.
Products with it. So then, in the last recent years, have you seen the apparel manufacturing industry in Bangladesh, has it increased?
This trade increased or not, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, previously we have many factories, many small factories, some others good factories also there. But recently, most of the small factories closed due to the compliance issues, many of compliance certification issues. Many factories closed. But whatever the companies we have now, and many factories are built in this country, and they're very much compliant. They have all the certification. Some small factories closed, but a new factory is grown up. Many factories, last 10 years, I have seen that many good factories they are very much compliant, very much green. In the world, there are very much green factories, most of the green factories in Bangladesh for the garments industry. So it's increasing, but with good quality of level, environment, natural environment, working environment. Now, whatever the garments they are making, they are focusing on the compliance only, and they have their requirements also on this area. So if anyone can build a garments without this criteria, so they will not survive for sure.
Do you have, with the introduction of the digital product passport that's coming in, is there any infrastructure that's already been set for this?
There are between some communication. So there are many factories. They also appreciate of this process with them. Anyone can visit, and this is actually sharing the information. This will be the express their self to the world. So this is very welcoming in Bangladesh. They are always positive to do this kind of things with others who have this kind of.
Do you think it will be an additional cost as well doing this passport? Do you think, number one, give more visibility? Number two, I know just because we've worked on fit before together, do you think it will as well with like things like fitting? Do you think it will have to just, for example, help in terms of like the consistency of it? We can train certain styles and say, oh, this is, I don't like the block we used and things like that. Do you think it will give you that traceability as well?
Definitely. This is very, very common and very, very general procedure from their side, factory side. So it's definitely they will do it, and whatever the requirements, how they need to be processed, it's very easy, and they are very much familiar with this process. So there is no issues.
And then with the certification, because now, within regards to greenwashing and things, are you happy with the additional costs that some of these, especially with the EU, the requirements in regards to sustainability, are you happy with the reduction in quantities obviously because we don't want mass production anymore. We're trying to really have slower fashion. What's your take on
Actually, this is very interesting questions that, as I told you, that now whatever the factories, they're very big. They have most of the factories have all this compliance, certification, audit, everywhere. Everyone is spending so much of money on this area. So definitely they are asking the order from supplier side. So sometimes that all the time based on the product, because there are fashion items, there are some core items, and most of the times we are getting the fashion items. So due to the fashion items, we are not getting too much of quantity from that kind of products. So this sometimes we are struggling with factory to place the order due to the cost, because just for an example, if it is 700 units, one line they have 25 to 50 machines. So if it is 700 or if it is 7,000, it will take minimum at least 4 to 5 days. So the line cost, it's not coming from the small quantity. But based on the units, we are struggling to confirm the order with customer, that they are also not trying offering too much of price of these items. So that's why sometimes we are struggling to place the order.
what do you think can be done in regards to making sure that the workers in Bangladesh, the factory owners, are paid fairly? Obviously, they want to make their margin, and so do brands. What do you suggest can be done so that both parties are pleased? So if you've got small quantity, you're happy to do it. What do you think the best way forward?
Actually, in this area, I'm not too much happy because you know uh, I am working with this trade from 2012. So what kind of goods we have done last 10 years back, most of the customers I have seen that the same item, they are reducing price. They already reduced the price 20 to 30%. But however, we are asking increase price 20 to 30%. So factories are always struggling on this area. Prices are very important things. But one thing that all the governments are very strict on this area, that the workers need to be paid on time. So factories are paying their worker salary on time. They are managing peoples. They are always forcing to us to increase the price. But that we are struggling with customer to get the good price. This is the main struggling point, also to place the order with factory.
Especially with like everything now that they're trying to do sustainably, obviously there comes a cost with it. So you have less production at a higher price. That is where it seems to be the biggest problem.
10 years, the whole living expense increased 35%, 40%. So their factory is struggling on this area to pay the salary to the workers, but they are not getting that much of price benefits from us. So this is the very important things. We are always trying to explain the things to our buyers, but they are also struggling due to their selling is maybe less. The world situation is not good. So, last couple of years, many problem is there, Russia, Ukraine issues. So due to this, many kinds of things, that the retail and the purchase is very less now. So they are also struggling. They are not buyer cannot increase the price. And from our side, we are manufacturing. We are also suffering for this because we have to pay to worker salary on time. It's very strict from government, and also after that, company cannot do the good margin. They are always struggling for this area.
It's hard.
But one thing that Bangladesh is very people are happy with small.
Really? Do you think it's because the lifestyle is different there? Because I find,
Yeah, lifestyle, definitely.
because it feels like in the
So
UK, any product that's sustainable, like truly, truly sustainable, is quite expensive. And it's almost like there's a class divide. Only a group of people can now afford. So there's a problem where it's like fast fashion is accessible to everybody, whereas truly sustainable products are affordable to a certain group. So this is where do we find the balance?
You know that recently few of my customers telling that from now onwards, from next season, they are going to make more sustainable product. They will add some recycled part of the fabrication. For the cotton, definitely that will be recycled, not recycled, but the recycled, and for polyester they need also recycled. So this area definitely price will be affected on this area. You know, the recycled option prices definitely a bit more from the regular. So we also informed our buyers that this is very good initiatives, but you have to think about the price, because whatever the price we are working now, that is already a tight price. So when you are asking for the sustainable product, recycled product, we definitely need some price benefits from your side as well to execute the things with factory. So I think this is great initiatives from buyer side if they are improving the sustainable product, and whatever, this will not affect for the big price. I think if they just spend a bit, it will impact a bit. Also, they are also happy. They told that definitely they will see it, how the price goes up and down for these things. But I'm sure no, they will help us on this for sure.
So then, just going back to what you were saying about the living quality of life in Bangladesh, even though the pay is small, are people able to have like a work-life balance and actually survive, because the lifestyle and cost of living is slightly different in Bangladesh?
Definitely lifestyle increased from last 10 years, but salary also increased. Factory must pay the salary on time, and definitely every year they are giving the increment. You know that the quantity of order we are getting, that also increased from last 10 years. Overall, it's increased. The production, based on expense, we are not getting, factory not getting, not making much margin. They are struggling, but they are not, definitely they are not, they didn't make any loss for the product. Otherwise, they are not doing the business. So definitely they have the margin, but this is very less margin.
Is there any questions you want to ask me, Himangshu?
Yeah, I am. Some questions I just thinking that what do you think from the UK? We have many customers, but what do you think that how it will increase, and how about the UK customers thinking to grow the business with us? Is there any more opportunity for us in future?
Think looking at with all the legislation that's coming in the EU, I think there is definitely opportunity to grow. However, I think the version of growth will be slightly different. It will be looking not necessarily quantity, looking more like at quality and sustainability. So you kind of have to tune your mindset away from all those massive overproduction that we used to have, and more looking at these products that have extended life, like they can be recycled, they can be used the second or third time or even more. And obviously we've got the extended producer responsibility. So because of that also comes into, so because of that, I think we just have to shift. There's going to be a shift, but I do think there'll still be a lot of engagement, and still a lot of customers also want to see more transparency. And I think the digital passport will help. But in terms of quantity, we are now transitioning into slow fashion.
Yeah, that's nice, and definitely things will change. We cannot keep the same thing for a long time. Definitely it will be changed, and the trends, the fashion will be changed time to time. Compliance things, that kind of area we definitely need to improve more as per based on requirements from customer side. And definitely we are hoping that the business will be grow in Bangladesh, and we definitely between UK buyers and Bangladesh manufacturer will be more stronger in future. And definitely we will take that kind of initiatives, whatever the needs, and the business will be more stable with.
I agree. I think things will get better, but we have the version of what we used to know as success is now going to shift. We all just have to be on the same page, which I think and I think honestly, Bangladesh have more than adaptable, been accommodating the Western needs for a long time, and they're still going so strong with it. So I honestly, it's so. I'm excited to see what the next 10 years will look like in regards to manufacturing in Bangladesh, and also even the ethical compliance of it. What work, how are workers being treated, within the next 10 years? What is that going to look like? And just having this transparency with things like the extended producer responsibility, seeing that it's going to really, it's going to be a big shift within manufacturing, but a good shift that we all need for our environment.
Yes, from our side, factories are now very much positive to get that opportunity to change their product lifestyle and the requirements from customer side. They are very much strong capacity to absorb the things, whatever the needs. So I think it will be more transparency and more working way to express their selves to the buyers in future, and they will get the good benefits from them.
I agree. Thank you so much, Himangshu, for your time. I am so happy that you were able to join me and record this podcast as well, this episode. So thank you so much.
Thank you for giving me this time, to give this opportunity to talk with you about these things, and hope we can discuss again something more details.